Aloha, Facebook friends and soul family. I have I have this theory I want to share because I think it's a good theory. Of course, this is all theoretical. I don't have proof, but it's something that I feel could be helpful for people understanding money and understanding, all the crap that's been going on with money for years and years and years, and so this is my current working theory about money. We have all these major players in the world, that they have billions of dollars, right? We have a small group now that have billions of dollars, and if you look at Dr. Vandana Shiva's work, the one is versus the 1%. She talks about how the people who've had the greatest amount of money, the numbers of those people have gotten dwindled. So it's maybe like 6 to 8 billionaires in the world when it used to be in the 300s. So I have this theory about money. One, if you have done any research, then you might know that the government uses our social security number to make money. So you have to research your straw man. It's this whole sovereign movement. And so they actually trade in the market on our social security number. And supposedly we're born, whatever our weight is, we have gold. They trade based on the gold. That is our weight, our birth weight. Now, so I'm looking at all these billionaires and I'm thinking, think about all the billionaires and how they have to use their money for philanthropic means. They have to use their money for good, right? So I don't really believe these billionaires actually have money. I think they have a certain amount they can play with, but I think they're just like agents for, I would say, the shadow government or what's behind, I would say, the controllers behind the scenes. And so they have, in order, they might have something about them. They're either bred from birth, or there's something about, they have some innovation or something about them that they have a level of intellect, but they also can be bought. So people have to have a level of intellect and be bought. So the way I see it is all these people, these tech giants, these inventors that are household names, they really don't have money. My theory is that it's our money. They're actually using our money, the people's money. And they don't actually have as much as, it's not like they're worth, right, billions and billions of dollars. They just have billions of dollars of our money to control the world. But they have to use it in specific ways. So that's my theory. And I like that theory because I feel free, like I feel a sense of freedom, because I think that that's also a means to always keep us feeling like we can never make it. We can never make billions of dollars. It's absolutely impossible. Well, when you start to realize they're using those billions of dollars are actually money they've made from us, you start to go, oh, energetically, I am already a billionaire, because you are. They're just using that money. They're using that money to carry out their plans. And these people, Bezos and Gates and hello, Mark Zuckerberg, are all agents of that. They just, they basically are made to look like they have a lot of money, and then that wealth just gets kind of transferred around to whatever they are trying to accomplish. But that wealth is actually the people's wealth. It's the people's money. So that's my current theory, and I really like that theory. I would love to know what you think about that theory. And one of the reasons I think it's important to share that theory is so we can feel more empowered and understand that that's our money. So all this money that's funding all this, these so-called vaccines, that's our money. So if we were to all rise up and say, hey, I don't want to pay for that, it might be really beneficial to really take back what's ours. So I know if you haven't listened to me in a while, a lot of stuff has been I would say, opened in my consciousness in a different way, and that it's important to understand that that this system that we're living through is not a very human-friendly system right now. We're seeing it break down, but we're also seeing. I'm saying that most of the world's wealth isn't that people's wealth. They haven't really made that money. You understand? It's been made from every single person that's a social security number or something like that in every country in the world. And what they do is they just allocate it to these people, right, who they can give a success story behind. They get to have a company, they get to do things, right? They get to live certain places. But they also have to, that money, it has to look like that money is given from them for these so-called philanthropic means. So, well, we have to do something about that. There are things you can do. Like I said, so I said you need to research your straw man, because your straw man, getting a hold of your straw man is the way to do that. I don't have all the steps. I haven't done it yet. So it's like I can't tell people to do it or how to do it because I haven't done it yet. I'm working on that. I'm looking into that right now. I'm kind of, I know I'm making that a public announcement, but maybe I shouldn't. And, who knows what's going to happen after I share this theory, but it is a theory. It's a theory that I have. It feels right. It feels like that's just, the world's wealth. It's the wealth of the people that's being kind of bandied around to just carry out these agendas that we're not really agreeing to. But if more people know it's their money, even just know without doing anything, it does something energetically. It does something energetically, because you can say, no, I do not consent to you using my wealth, the money you've made through me, for any nefarious means, for anything that goes against humanity. So, thanks, Crystal. So I felt that this was just something that felt like my whole heart just went, I feel like I can breathe. I feel so much freer just pondering it that way, because it feels like these people are in a club like that you're never going to belong to. You're never going to get in unless you can do. It's not that you can just be innovative, because everybody here on the planet is a very creative being. It's that you can be bought. It's that you will sell your soul basically to go against other humans. And I know probably some of them think that this is being sold a bill of goods, that us little humans don't know better, that this is what needs to happen, it's for the greater good. Bullshit. Well, I'm sorry. But I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that. So that's why I'm saying, I'm an adult. I am an adult. I am an adult person. And I'm also a very much a spiritual adult. A lot of people aren't in spiritual adulthood yet, so they don't understand what's going on, and that's okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. What I'm saying is I'm a spiritual adult. And I understand when fuckery and sorcery is going on, and it's going on all year. Even the stuff that looks good to us is fuckery and sorcery. I'm telling you right now. Even the stuff that feels like we're getting really good information, the truth is coming out. It's only coming out because that's what they want us to see at that moment. It's very strategic, very planned. These people are very, very organized. They've been playing the long game for a long time. They're very organized, and the education system is built to keep us ignorant. It really is. Our education system is built to keep us ignorant, so that we don't see the patterns. We don't see, because once you see the patterns, it's very simple. Once you can see the patterns, it's very, very simple. So that's why I wanted to share. Like, this is the way it goes. There are a certain group of people that can be bought. They get to have companies. They get to look like they're somehow they're these special genius people, and they have something we don't have. And like I think I mentioned, it's like Warren Buffett is one of them too, and that obviously we can never We can never amount to that. We can never even fathom how they do it. Of course we can't, because they don't want us to, number one. Number two, it's not their money. It is not, I'm telling you, most likely, it's not their money, it's our money. And it's not just because maybe we bought their product. Like we can look at Microsoft and say, well, a lot of people bought Microsoft stuff, right? Well, that's true. But I really believe that the money that they're using, the billions and billions of dollars, is the money that's been made off of our Social Security numbers. Right? And I don't even know, to me, money is an illusion. It's an illusion because how do you place, they used gold standard, right, to place value on things. What's the difference in price between, this essential oil and this essential oil? Like, how do I create the value behind so I can create a price point, right? If one is a rare, oil. So it's a lot of that comes from trying to place a value on something. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Energetically, right now, we all need to say no to them using any money that's ours. Any money that's been made or gained by the system from our Social Security numbers, we can energetically say no. Energetically say no. They can't use your money. Put a stop on it. Put a energetic stop payment on anything where they're using your money to fund something that's especially a crime against humanity. Or you could say, one of the things for me, I would not just put a stop payment. I'd say, these funds can't be released until I know the truth. What is this really being used for? So in a way, it's like saying, if I'm going to fund this, if this money is going to be funded through me, if this thing is going to be funded through me, I want to see the fine print. I really want to know what's there. So those are more, that's more energetic, but there are physical steps to take. I don't have them all yet, so that's why I can't tell you, because I don't have them all. Yeah, so that's why there's this... I know Tony's saying they believe that they're, superior and we're inferior. Well, they fucked with the wrong person. Because they're using fuckery and sorcery against the wrong person. And because I won't shut up. And I won't shut up, and the basic act of breathing is my joyful rebellion against all this shit. I can breathe, motherfuckers, and you can't stop me. You can't stop me. Not even with a mask. You can't stop me. So there's that. But I can see what's happening, and I know a lot of people, you can see, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's think about it, it's a lot of ups and downs. Oh, we had a win, right? Oh, now we have a major win because the Ghislaine Maxwell information is out in the open. What's underneath that? What's going on? You've got to feel, right? Because that means something else. Here's a distraction over here. Sleight of hand, folks. Sleight of hand. I'm hiding something over there. Yeah, say what I really mean, John. So basically, if you're caught up in any way in, in the political drama, and I'll just break this down very, very simply. It's very simple. We're taught to identify with a political party, and the political parties are reflective of masculine and feminine energies. Republican, masculine, Democratic, feminine. It's all to get us to fight internally with our own feminine and masculine. Yeah, fuckers. So that we F up our nervous system, and we're experiencing basically a large scale gaslighting all year. So anyone who's been gaslighted by one person, there's some part of you that probably feels that this is happening again. So basically what happens is and so that's why I'm bringing it down. I don't even care who the players are. I really just don't care who's the president, who's not the president. I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter. In a lot of ways, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you understand that, if, it's like liberal, conservative, right? There we go. There's another separation internally between your own masculine and feminine energy that's impacting your nervous system. It is causing high stress. It is causing you to be in a state of, of fight or flight all the time. So we have to be wiser. We have to be more present in our body. We have to engage in the joyful rebellion of breathing. So a lot of people are having high, intense emotional reactions to who's president and who's not president. I'm not even saying names because they don't matter. They're just playing a part. They're literally just playing parts that they're designed for. This has been a long game, okay? So if we can start tuning into our heart, opening up soul connection in the heart and also in the central pillar, which runs in front of the spine, and breathe and just be present and just understand they're engaging in a drama. Anyone whose parents got divorced when they were a child and like a real angry divorce and saw the parents fighting, you recognize this. This is what we do, right? So they're always going to pit, they're going to try to pit us. We're one human race. They're just trying to create a pigment war, okay? Skin pigment war. We all know we're one human race. We all, for the most part, bleed red. And so they're trying to separate, divide us through pigment wars. They're trying to divide us through liberal, conservative. They're trying to divide us through Republican, Democrat. They're trying to divide us through masks, no masks. They're trying to divide us between vaccines and no vaccines. All they're trying to do is to get us engaged and distracted by a battle that's really not there. Meanwhile, they have all these plans behind the plans. Okay? I don't have that information. I don't know what it is. If I knew, I would say I have feelings about it. But because I don't have the truth, I don't have something I can say is enough. Italian lives matter. Of course they do. If I don't have enough proof, like physical evidence that drives up, I won't share it because I'll tell you I have a theory, right? So that's my money theory, right? You hear my money theory. I'm telling you it's a theory, and I think it's a good theory. I think everybody of influence has been bought and paid for. There are puppets behind them. We might not even know their names or who they are. I addressed them yesterday. Yeah. So John's battle would be pineapple pizza and no pineapple pizza. That would be his battle. So, but basically, it gives you it helps you to kind of clear away and say, don't focus on those people. Those people are just agents for the controllers behind them. All they're doing, they're kind of like they're securing certain things. They're being like a rep, almost like in a way they're like an altar of like this is the way to do this, and this money gets funneled here, and I stand here and represent that, and I get to look like this, and I get certain benefits, right? And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. So mostly what we're seeing is a lot of this stuff playing out, and that's why I'm saying if you have this little piece of information, it helps you see things. If you have this way of thinking where you're saying, well, they're all working together. Everything is working in concert. You understand there's a master conductor behind all of this. Because of that, they're all doing things in step, right? And they're having us do things in step, lockstep. They're trying to get us used to something. So that's why I say, like, one of the theories, I know for sure we're going to have big changes on the planet. We already have them. We're going to have bigger ones. That's what they're stepping us towards. Now, the reason why I'm not sharing too much, because I don't know what kind of big changes. I don't know if they're trying to force a change in our experience on the earth, or if it's a change that's naturally going to happen. And they're trying to control it, right? The change that's coming. So I don't know. I don't have that piece of information. I can only tell you that this is for sure just based. You can look very simply based on what the exercises they're having us go through, of masking in 6 feet apart. It's very ritualistic. It's a ritual, right? We're being engaged in ritualistic behavior. So when you can step back from the observer mode, when you're not so tied in, or your nervous system's not like freaking out, because I could tell you I've had multiple freakouts during this time, because I've had to face my own death. I mean, really, I've spent a lot of time during this time facing my own death, because for me personally, that's a real possibility, with whatever is happening. Because I mean, I'll just say it plainly. If someone's going to try to force vaccinate me, I'm not going to allow that. That's not going to happen. That's just it. I have a lot of fire in my chart, Crystal. I have a very rare stellium in fire. So this is very important to understand, and to start to look at what's really coming apart in this way, and to break it down to these simple patterns. There are simple patterns happening. And that's why I started to look at, because our whole monetary system is going to change. We know it. Life is never going back to what it was. When you take out the very personal experiences of people, by taking out, kind of private family-owned restaurants and businesses, and you are only allowing big business to be open, something's coming. You understand? Something is coming, because they're really trying to starve that, I would say, level of society, of our connection, our experiences together, and also just the ability to be financially sound. But what helped me, again, like I said, is having this understanding that, yeah, I know, Leanna, but it's not, the vaccine's not happening. So what I just seeing that, being able to say, oh, these people, they really don't have any influence. They're some group behind them is using their influence, is directing their influence, is telling them exactly how they're allowed to influence. So do you think those people are free no matter how much money you think they have? No, they're not. They're absolutely not. And you can see, I mean, to me, it's like, look at the puppet of Tom Hanks right now. His whole, I have no respect for people who don't wear a mask. Well, I don't have respect for people who are pedophiles, Tom. I just don't. And there's a whole post about that. But you see, it feels so fake. You can feel him acting now. You can feel the charm of Hollywood is gone. It's gone. If there are people, I'm sure, that are still enchanted, right? I know, because you can see people are still enchanted, even enchanted by music, by famous musicians and bands and pop stars. And I just, honestly, I don't give a shit. So, I mean, I don't give a shit about that, because, I'm here for people. I'm here to help humanity. I'm here, right? I'm here to speak this stuff out, because I know not everybody's seeing it this way, and it's important to see it this way, because it removes you from getting sucked in to idol worship. So you can worship an idol out of, fear too. Like, right? Think about it. Think about the, you're in my age bracket. You remember the Brady Bunch when they came to Hawaii and they found the tiki statue, right? Idol worship, and it was bad. It got cursed, remember? So, meaning there's idol worship out of fear. So in some ways, like when you have that I would call it false idol worship, you're actually worshiping, in a way, the energy behind it. So it's important to pull yourself back, even from the ones that are implementing, or just the tools of the fuckery and sorcery going on. So it's something to really think about. I don't have any ideas for what like our new economy might be. I just don't, and I don't even want to think about it, and I don't really know because I don't, like I said, I have certain theories, but not a whole cohesive thing around that. But for right now, the big theory is again that most of the billionaires in the world don't actually have that money. They are made to look like they have that money, and they are told what to do with that money, which makes you realize they're not free. And so if you think about it, we're more free than they are. We are way more free than they are. Us regular everyday people are way more free. I'm going to say it again, than they are. And we are free to say and uphold the sacred no, to no, you cannot use my money anymore for this energetically. And then, like I said, I have to do the research. I don't have all of the information to share yet, and once I do, I will. I absolutely will. And we're better looking. Oh, Tony, that's true. We are better looking. I think we look better. We smell better. We have an authentic shine and glow because we're not engaging in. We've not been cloned, and we're not engaging in, like a lot of bullshit. Yeah, of course they're aiming for a cashless society because it's actual. I got coins right here. They're not giving coins out. This is all. Do you see? Like that's a fuckery and sorcery move. So my words for this year are fuckery and sorcery. That's what they are. I love those words, because it helps me to see like that's what they're doing. Those are key words for me. That's what's happening right now. We're getting to see a lot of stuff. We're getting to see that was hidden, but there's still more hidden we don't get to see yet. So the rest of the year is going to be a lot of unfolding of things. And you can see how the Ghislaine Maxwell thing is, it's perfectly primed for this time because it's fresh. We're getting closer to the election, so they're putting that information out. So all the truthers are tearing all the released documents. They're tearing that apart right now. You're going to start to see posts with highlights and quotes and everything. You're going to start seeing all that, so that basically, we have that information. It's going to take down a lot of politicians, a lot of ones that we thought were maybe good. So basically, you can feel into it. Like I said, it's my theory. The billionaires of the world really are not billionaires. I think that's a lie. I think they're just pawns. They're just pawns in the game. We don't even see the queen yet or the king yet, right? They're just the pawns. They're making the moves, right? They're making the moves. Money here for this vaccine, money here for this, money here. They're just pushing money around, and they have some comfortable lifestyle, but imagine what they've had to give up to have that. Imagine what freedoms. They're not themselves. They're actually not themselves. So it's really interesting. So I hope that's helpful, and I look forward to all of your thoughts or questions about this, and I hope that in some way sets you a bit free, right? Helps you to feel, helps you to really embody your freedom, your sovereignty, and understand that there's nothing, like I deal with entrepreneurs all the time, and there's always this like, why can't I make it? Why is that person more successful? And you really take it to heart as an entrepreneur, and you feel like you take it as a personal slight, or like there's something wrong with you. Well, I'm sitting here telling you this information because there's nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Well, there's something right with you, which is you weren't willing to sell your soul for success. That's what's right with you. And that's an amazing thing, that you've stuck to your integrity. So congratulations, and I feel really blessed that you're all here with me. So lots of love and aloha to you all, and I'll see you all soon, okay? Bye. Oh, and I hope you share this. I hope you share it.